in Bihar. For the first time in recent memory, Bihar polls will be held in just 2 phases on November 6th and 11th. Counting will be on November 14th. In other words, we will know who takes the trophy home on that day. But who has the most at stake? The Gathbandhan of Rahul Gandhi and Tejaswi Yadav, who have labelled themselves Jan Nayaks, have called upon the people to deliver justice by defeating the NDA that they claim has cheated the people by fixing the elections, in cahoots with the Election Commission through a process called quote, vote chori unquote, which is fiddling with the electoral rolls and kicking out voters who vote allegedly exclusively for the opposition. None of these viewers, however, have even filed one objection in the given time frame of 2 months to tell you which elector, which voter has been kicked out unjustifiably. But viewers, they kicked up a whole shindig. Punishing this vote chori, say the two self-proclaimed Jan Nayaks, is a central issue, if not the only issue, they say. On the other hand, the NDA says that their Jan Sevaks, Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Chief Minister Nitish Kumar, are trusted brands who have served the people and will be rewarded. The tussle is on, but one gets the sense that the India bloc's Rahul Gandhi and Tejaswi Yadav have more at stake. After all, no one can casually invoke a title like Jan Nayak in Bihar. That, viewers, has a special history. This title was bestowed upon the great social justice warrior Karpoori Thakur by the people of Bihar. He has been singled out for the highest award of this land. Why? Because, viewers, he earned that reward. He earned that appellation, Jan Nayak. It wasn't bestowed upon him like in the case of Rahul Gandhi and Tejaswi Yadav by phoning courtiers who owe everything to the pull of their dynastic credentials. Perhaps that's why the Prime Minister took a veiled dig at the duo, saying, and I quote, Karpoori Thakur wasn't made Jan Nayak by social media influencers. He was made Jan Nayak by the people of Bihar. And they did so after observing his life. I would urge the people of Bihar to be vigilant. Nowadays, people are trying to steal even this title of Jan Nayak, unquote. The question then is whether this election is a referendum on who is the real Jan Nayak. And if so, will the losers concede the title to the winner? Viewers, these are some fundamental questions, and let's put them out there front and center. I want to begin with one individual, very respectable, senior fellow of the CPR, Rahul Verma, who's written a book and has talked about electoral behavior and our democracy. I just want you to define first, Mr. Rahul Verma, this appellation Jan Nayak. What does it mean in the context of Bihar? Should it even be bestowed upon people in this casual manner? I'm trying to get to understand if it does have an appeal, or should it actually come from the people themselves, and will the people respect this appellation?
So, Rahul, thank you for asking this question. And you are right in your opening remarks that titles such as Jan Nayak or Rashtrapita is given to someone after a long phase of contribution to public life. And what might be happening right now, maybe some of these titles are just casually used in politics, and they don't mean anything. You may call me anything, or I may call you with anything if we like each other, but that won't carry any meaning if people don't associate messages around that title, or those titles are not coming from them. And so, yes, there is always a possibility that it may also become a butt of the joke, that these titles are being just casually given to anyone. And so it remains to be seen whether anyone can sort of like carry these titles, especially in Bihar, where Jan Nayak was given to Karpoori Thakur.
So I want to ask you, because who has more to lose in this election? Yes, there is prestige, there is momentum that the Modi government would like to obviously carry forward going into the next round, which is a crucial round next year, 5 state elections. But is it so consequential for the NDA above and beyond perhaps the other side, the Gathbandhan, specifically Tejaswi Yadav, who actually is perhaps fighting now a battle for an existential battle, really?
So in some sense, yes, this election is much more important for Mahagathbandhan, and there is more at stake for them. For simple reason, after 2005, RJD has not been in power on its own. Two times they were able to come to power with Nitish Kumar. So in some ways, given that they have been out of power for 20 years on their own, there is a serious issue at stake for them. Second, I think after the 2024 Lok Sabha election, where BJP got some setback, they have been able to recover by winning states of Maharashtra, Jharkhand, and even Delhi. And in that sense, opposition parties, especially the Congress party, has not been able to carry on the momentum that it thought generated from the 2024 election. Congress cannot call the victories of opposition parties in Jharkhand or Jammu Kashmir as its own. And last time, it is being said, and data bears this out, that Congress perhaps underperformed in Mahagathbandhan. Out of 70 seats that they were given, they barely won 19 or 20. So given those circumstances, one, that Rahul Gandhi has spent so much energy in Bihar, and especially Bihar will become the test case for his allegations of vote chori and election rigging, which started both in Haryana and Maharashtra, but those were post-election allegations. Here, these allegations are pre-election. And so in that sense, whether that allegation has any resonance on the ground, it will be a test on that as well.
Let me open this up. We have Nikhil Jain with us. We have the Jan Swaraj Party's eminent spokesperson, very experienced politician, had been part of the JDU. Mr. Pawan Verma has been a diplomat, writer, a thinker. So we have a esteemed panel. We have Pradeep Bhandari giving us the BJP perspective. I just want to very quickly come out to you, Mr. Jain. You represent, obviously, today the voice of the two challengers on the panel. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has tweeted a short while back, and he said that it's an insult to the great Karpoori Thakur when his title, Jan Nayak, is bestowed and not earned. I want to ask you, does this, Mr. Jain, reek of a culture of entitlement in the India alliance?
Rahul, absolutely not. I really don't understand how do you call this entitlement. The fact of the matter is that Jan Nayak Karpoori Thakurji was one who fought for the rights of the marginalized communities, of the OBCs, and he wanted to give them reservation. And that is the reason people coined the title of conferred him with the title of Jan Nayak. And what Rahul Gandhi is doing today is quite similar. I'm not saying that Rahul Gandhi is now the Jan Nayak and Karpoori Thakur is not. Both the gentlemen have been championing the same cause. Rahul Gandhi is doing it today. Karpoori ji did it in the 70s, 80s, and many decades ago. So it's not completely wrong to do that comparison. Of course, I will not say that Rahul Gandhi is now the Jan Nayak or Karpoori Thakur ji isn't. That is not a fair argument to make. And further, the important point in this election is that the Election Commission of India is today acting in a very partisan manner. It is out for everybody to see. They've been lying in the Supreme Court. The most recent example of it is that they're claiming in the Supreme Court that they've given to the district Congress committees and of district committees of different parties the list of the deleted voters in the final list, which they haven't. And if affidavit would be filed in the Supreme Court, tomorrow or day after, I don't know, whenever the hearing is. So that is what we're dealing with. We are dealing with an election commission that is completely on the side of one political party. We are dealing with
you have taken this message.
In the country.
So you're saying you've taken this message to the people. Now, if the people don't vote for you, will you say that you were wrong?
Rahul, when there are serious questions being raised on the authenticity of the elections, on the non-partisanship of the election commission, there will always be questions raised. The election commission is not being transparent.
If the people that you have asked to punish vote chori refuse to do so, they don't vote for your plank, they don't vote for your appeal, does that mean that they have disregarded your so-called concerns because they have seen through them? Would it stand to reason, sir, or is that also not true?
Rahul, until and unless we see a fair election in Bihar, until and unless we
Right.
see a level playing ground, until and
Okay, so
unless we see a
let me bring in the
election
Jan Swaraj
commission, the
party and the
result of the
BJP
election
respectively.
is
Let
election
the
could speak
BJP.
much.
Okay, fair enough. So there can be no election which is fair because the whole process is rigged from the very beginning. Yet we are contesting this election. Earlier you had said we won't, now you're saying we will. So I just want to bring in Pawan Verma. Pawan Verma, why are you then contesting? Why is your party, why is Mr. Kishore even bothering? If it's such a rigged election, if it's all compromised, this, that, the other, why are you in it?
I'll tell you honestly, Rahul, thank you. This vote chori campaign began with a bang and ended with a whimper, not because we should not have vigilant citizens who point out to any acts of omission or commission by the Election Commission which are suspect, but because the Supreme Court in several judgments and including the last added the Aadhaar card, and after that for the majority of the voters in Bihar, because most of them are poor, 1/3 of Bihar is below the poverty line. That means out of 14 crore people, about 5 crore live below the poverty line on less than 100 rupees a day and 1 meal a day. But their umbilical cord to the system is a vote, and they'll fight for it, and now the Supreme Court has facilitated it, so I don't believe that is a big issue. What are big issues, and that is what Jan Swaraj and Prashant Kishore have fought for, are unemployment, education, the state of education, health, the flight capital out of Bihar, and of course more recently corruption, the migration out of Bihar because of lack of jobs, and the fact that 30 years after the rule of Nitish and Lalu, Bihar is exactly where it is the poorest and the most backward state with the lowest per capita income in the country. So what Prashant Kishore and Jan Swaraj now command is the majority constituency in Bihar, cutting across the traditional tropes, the prisms of 2015 and 20, which were caste, religion, Hindu, Muslim, community. They command that constituency of those who want change.
Okay.
And you'll be surprised at the traction this demand has got by now. As far as Jan Nayak is concerned, it's a nice title for Mr. Rahul Gandhi to have. He can assume many more. But the real truth is the Congress has lost its organizational strength on the ground. Tejasvi's ninth pass, Samrat Chaudhary, the Deputy Chief Minister of the BJP, cannot produce his matric certificate. There is corruption there is corruption here. The people of Bihar are suffering, and Jan Swaraj is based on a very strong organization. Let me tell you, Rahul, I'll take 30 seconds more.
Okay.
Around 1 crore 30 lakh people of Bihar have a paid membership of Jan Swaraj. We have an organization from the booth right to the top.
Okay. So we are expecting
Prashant
big
Kishore
things.
has become the icon of change.
Okay, so you're saying that your
Yes,
plank
I will
is
say that
development.
we will win-
It's a
we'll
referendum
win
on
with the
development.
majority.
And Mr. Kishore is going for the jugular. He's going to be the next Kejriwal almost. He's going to be chief minister. Okay, I mean, that's a lot of confidence. But in that also we have learned three things from what Mr. Verma is saying. He's rejecting the cynical excuses that are being made by certain political parties like vote chori and so on and so forth. He's also sort of saying that this business of acquiring titles doesn't sit very well with the reality. But he's also saying to you, Pradeep Bhandari, that nothing really has changed, and therefore there is anti-incumbency. So on both points, ones that were raised by Mr. Jain and the others that were raised by Mr. Verma, I would like your response. Why should people vote for you?
But there's a very thin line between propaganda and facts. I'll speak facts and try to puncture the propaganda quoted by the two panelists. The per capita income of Bihar earlier was 8,000 rupees. It is increased to 66,000 rupees under the NDA Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Nitish Kumar. 14% is the growth rate of Bihar. Earlier it was Bimaru. Bihar is for the first time seen that the manufacturing growth rate has increased and been more than the growth rate of agriculture the manufacturing growth rate is more than 23%, the agriculture growth is 22%. Well, Mr. Verma is absolutely wrong on the party part, because as per the RBI's latest report, earlier there were 41% people in Bihar who were below the party line. Now this is reduced to mere 5%. Bihar is the state which has reduced maximum people have come out of poverty line in Bihar. Mr. Verma, I did not interrupt. Please relax when I'm quoting facts. So the reality is that when 10,000 rupees are deposited in the account of the females, when 125 units of free electricity is given, when the females know they can go out of their homes post 5 p.m., which was not the scenario under the RJD and Congress, we are confident we will not just win, Rahul, we will win with a bigger mandate. Please record this statement. We will win with more seats and more vote share as NDA than what we got in 2020. Now let us come to the plank of corruption. The biggest corrupt party is the Prashant Kishor's Jan Swaraj, because they declared, and he declared, that he has got an income of 234 crore. As per 234 crore, he had to pay a tax of 34 crore, but his personal income tax filing is of mere 4 crore. So what is the 30 crore corruption that Mr. Prashant Kishore has done? He is still not answered. I asked Mr. Pawan Verma this question in earlier debate, but he still not answered. So yes, the corruption number one is Jan Swaraj. Now let's come to Congress and the RJD. Just 10 seconds. Just let's come to the Congress and the RJD. Well, there is an internal fight between the Congress and the RJD. I will not take the Congress seriously, because the Congress cannot accept Tejaswi Yadav as their face, and I will not take Tejaswi Yadav seriously because even the Congress does not accept them as faces. So till the time they get their houses together, that is when Bihar will accept. But Mr. Verma should answer.
No, hang on, Mr. Bhandari, do you accept?
Why corruption of 34 crores?
I'll come to that. Just 1 second. Do you accept Nitish Kumar as your chief minister?
Absolutely, yes. Mr. Nitish Kumar will be the chief minister in 2025. After the results.
Please respond. Pawan Verma, please respond to the corruption charge. Yes.
Very quickly. I don't know, perhaps it's an inventive mind, where Mr. Bhandari gets his statistics. I was quoting to you the Niti Aayog statistics that are available at the latest time, that close to 1/3 of Bihar lives below the poverty line on the multidimensional poverty index. If he can prove that to you otherwise, or prove the Niti Aayog data wrong, I would be happy to welcome it. I have the good of Bihar in mind. As far as per capita income, of course it has grown, budgets have grown, the country has moved on, but in relative terms, Bihar has the country's lowest per capita income, the highest rate of unemployment, the poorest and the most backward state still. On his third point,
please allow me.
He seems to have become the new chief commissioner of income tax. Prashant Kishore said openly, after putting many ministers of the current NDA government in the dock on which they have no answers, because he has provided affidavits, PAN account numbers, sale deeds and every other data.
So you are rejecting the charge. Very quickly.
Prashant Kishore declared, Prashant Kishore declared that he paid so much income tax, so much GST.
Okay, gentlemen.
And this is the Niti Aayog report of October 2024, which says that Bihar is doing wonderful on basic
one by one.
Indicators and
one by one.
See now, Mr. Verma is getting question.
Allow me a right to rebuttal. The income tax department has not asked a question. The income tax department has not asked a question. The GST has not asked a question.
Allow me right to rebut, please. This is the Niti Aayog report, October 2024. Bihar is doing wonderful on all the basic indicators. Mr. Verma, what 30 crore of tax story? Please answer.
Okay. Just one minute. Let's quickly draw a line here, viewers. The fact is, that the context has been set. The contest is now underway, viewers, and the contest will now reveal, because all of this will now be brought out into the public domain, and people will have their opportunities. Mr. Kishore will go on TV channels, he will meet people, he'll talk to people, he'll address Jan Sabhas, he'll rebut these charges, and it will be eventually the people who will have to decide who they trust. It's only going to come down to that, viewers, at the end of the day. The trust. Who do they think, they believe, is best suited to deliver on the promises they make? Everyone is going to make promises. Some of them have made promises that they criticized others for making. Let me also tell you that, viewers. So let us...
talking about
let us,
Mr. Modi
and any and everything, sir. Everyone has made promises. The point is, who do the viewers, who do the voters,
cash
okay, gentlemen,
transfers.
please, who do the
Nikhil is very
voters
rattled
trust?
today. He's not come
Who do the
prepared.
voters trust? Who do the voters trust to deliver on those guarantees, those promises, whether they are right or wrong? I'm not sitting here in judgment, viewers. The fact is the people now will have to decide. The election result will be out on the 14th of November, which is an important date, by the way. I leave it at this, viewers. I leave it at this.